Hey there, y'all. Disney D Prince here today with another Mini Brands unboxing. Today we've got the brand new Zuru Mini Brands sneakers. Now there are 30 minis to collect, and these kind of got surprise released, and so I don't know really much about them, but we're gonna see if they fit on our Ken dolls. We'll also try them out on a couple of other doll brands that I have handy, but mainly it's going to be if these work for Ken and if they work for Barbie. So we are going to go forward with this because these are kind of interesting. These seem more in line with what like the Real Littles were doing, but these are actual brands, like Real Mini Brands does, and they're supposed to have like boxes and things in there that are specific to them. But here is the UPC in case you're trying to find them in stores. I bought mine from Walmart. These were $7.97. They did have these additional UPCs on there also. I'm not sure which one is supposed to be the one that gets scanned, but it's interesting. So I'm going to use my little cuticle pusher to get this open. Oh, I'm gonna be right there on the edge. Okay. I find it's a lot easier to use the cuticle pusher to get them open than to try and use your nails, but still fun. Now, these are surprise balls. There's not really a way to kind of guarantee what you're gonna get, like there would be if these were like the Rainbow High shoes and they're all like set in cases in a certain order. These are going to be, wherever you're going to find them, there's no guarantee that they are the ones that they're going to be. So let's see what's in this first one. Okay. So we got our pup. Let's take a look at the possibilities first. Okay. So there are some ultra rares right there. And then we've got some more Reeboks right there. Some Reeboks and some Skechers. Some Airwalks. And some prints. Those are commons. And we've got hats in here too. I don't know if that means we get a hat and a pair of shoes per each box, but it's kind of interesting. We're gonna see. Again, there's the little like QR code to find out more about them. So let's see what we've got here first. So not in there, we have a pink Skechers like sticker. So that's kind of fun. And then we've also got a regular Skechers logo. So I'm assuming this is a pair of Skechers shoes. We're gonna see. Okay, so we've got a Skechers bucket hat. Okay, this is interesting. So it's a nice solid plastic. Let's see how it looks on our Mini-Me over there. So a little small for my Mini-Me, but that doesn't mean it won't work. We're going to try it on a Barbie head that I've got. So like it works okay on like standard Barbie head. It's a little small, but you can make it work. I would say these are about the same size as the Real Fashion minis as far as the hats go. And so there's nothing else in that container or in that little bag. But let's check out which pair of Skechers shoes we got, because I don't know if it's going to be independent. So we've got Skechers Street with air-cooled memory foam. Okay. So these are the first pair of shoes that we got. So no real laces, but we've got at least 4 different kinds of plastics that go into this. Not very flexible, but interesting. So, very cool. I think the length is gonna be pretty applicable, or pretty close to what we get with Ken. But let's take a look. So, Ken is wearing his classic Ken shoes. We're gonna see which one. So that would be this one, hopefully. Okay. Okay. So it does fit Ken. It does come off a lot easier than I was expecting it to, based on how tight these are. So that is good to know. So we are going to put these shoes back in there. I don't know why they're not going back in the box the right way. There we go. Okay, so we got one pair of shoes, a hat, and 2 stickers. So that's not a great, like, unboxing surprise, but they are 2, these are probably paying more in branding deals just because of the sneaker markets. So interesting. So those work. And of course we've got our surprise ball as usual. Do what you want with those. We're gonna go on to ball number 2 to see if we can find some other ones. Now, I don't particularly see the appeal of like the crazy sneaker market. I'm just not a shoe person, really. Like, I am a flip-flop person, like 90% of the time when I'm not at work. So, flip-flop or barefoot. But, okay. So, we've got our second one. So, we've got Airwalk. So, we've got a nice Airwalk t-shirt and the Airwalk sticker logo. Interesting. And then you've got an Airwalk flat build baseball cap. Again, I feel like all of these hats are going to be a little small for my guy. You can always just like kind of set them on there. And they do have some stretch to them to where you can kind of make them fit, because they are that kind of like plastic that'll stretch. Like, he goes on there. But, and then again, the same thing with Barbie. She can wear that pretty well. We're not mad at the way those fit. Hats are kind of one of the hard things for dolls to kind of have, just in general. But we're gonna take a look. So here's our Airwalk box. Not as much detail like we did on our Skechers. And these have their green sole, the green Airwalk symbol, and a nice little sole here on the bottom. They're a little disappointing just because we get this kind of shoe with like every doll brand. Like, so, meh, it's all right. I don't know if I'd go out of my way to put this specific shoe on there, but it does have kind of the bones to be customized more if you wanted to do that. And again, we're gonna try it on our Ken doll just to kind of see if it'll work. does not want to go in there. This one might be a little narrow for Ken. Okay. So I'm going to say no to this one unless you heat it up. On this kind of plastic, I would recommend heating it up just by dipping it into some just barely boiling water like you would get with an electric kettle. Just for like a max of like 10 seconds if you want to make it fit. But again, let's check out our some of our other dolls that maybe will fit easier. So we could put comically large feet on our curvy flatfoot Barbie. We wanted to do that. It does go on there. You want to make them look a little bit more like Bratz dolls. Let's see. I've got a Twyla from last week. And let's see if her feet will fit in there. So you can fit her feet, but they're not going to be flat. So that covers Monster High because they all have the same kind of shoe, same kind of feet for now. Except for our boys. And our boys have the same size feet as Ken. So generally, if they fit Ken, they're going to fit our Monster High boys. But again, this shoe specifically seems a little narrow. So I wouldn't want to shove it on there to break these ankle joints that they have. This is a Heath Gen 3. So it's an interesting option. Our Rainbow High boys have way too wide of feet, and our Rainbow High girls have really canted feet, as well as our OMG dolls have really canted feet as well. It's interesting. I could probably heat this up and make it work for a Ken doll. These aren't different enough for me to want to do that process, though, just for this specific pair. But very interesting. We've got ball number 3 that we're going to look at. And let's see which ones we get. Okay. Let's take a look at our... So we've got a lilac Skechers and the same Skechers. So this is our second Skechers that we're getting. Let's take a look at it. So we've got our pink Skechers hat. Let's see if this is the same mold or not. It looks the same. I think the difference is just the Skechers has a bit more of a curve to the bill, so those will fit the same way. So we like that. We can wear those with our pink Skechers that we have. And then let's take a look at which shoes we got. Okay, so Skechers Light Up Twinkle Toes. Is that an ultra rare or what is that? What do we think? I didn't see that one. No? Okay. So it's one of these two here on the bottom, and they're just common. The only rare ones are a gold pair of Reeboks. So let's see which one this is. Okay. Oh, look at these. Those are really cute. Doesn't feel like they actually light up. Like, I don't see any light up capability. So these are already a little bit underperforming compared to the Real Littles shoes. but these are really cute. But again, these are so tight, you're not going to be able to get these onto Ken without heating them up a little bit. But this is a really pretty mold. Like, I could definitely see myself using this for like a Greek gods inspired doll. So very interesting. Let's see, for somebody that doesn't have an ankle joint, we've got curvy flat foot. Let's see. Okay, so very easily goes on there. But again, you're going to extend her feet by a lot if you put these shoes on her. But it's not bad. She can wear them without heating up the doll. I want to see compared to a flat-footed Barbie. Flat-footed, unarticulated, regular Millie. Again, flat-footed Barbie can wear them. She's going to be a little oversized, but again, this is more like if you want to kind of do like a Bratz inspired look for Barbie, because they had those giant feet. So interesting, or also in like the My Scene kind of look if you're going for that vibe. Very fun. So I like these shoes. They're very pretty. My only qualm is they are very stiff so far. Now let's see what we got in our last ball. Now these are $7.98, which isn't horrible, but I'll go over kind of like cost comparisons after we look at this last one compared to other shoe, like excess shoe brand things that we can get. So let's see who's in this last ball. What do we think? Do we think it's going to be anybody interesting, or we think we'll get our first repeat of the afternoon? Okay. Well, all right. Okay. Well, we got Reebok. So we got one of our Reeboks. So we've got 3 different brands now. A black Reebok shirt. Okay. And we've got a black Reebok hat. Again, a flat bill. And these are all the same mold. So we know how those are going to fit. I'm kind of glad I got 3 of the baseball hats and not 3 of the 3 extras of the bucket hats, just because I'm not super thrilled with the way the bucket hats fit on dolls. But again, these are designed just to be kind of like mini collectibles. But here's our Reebok. Okay. Very fun. Okay, these are nice and open. So I think this will go on our Ken pretty easily without heating. But maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong. Okay, so I think this is also going to need some heating to go on there, because the space is in there, but it does need a little bit more work. And again, we've got our flat-footed Millie. Gonna be a little loose. So that's our original and petite dolls compared to our flat-footed curvies. This one's going to fit a little bit better. But as far as our Ken doll, we're going to be a little careful with these just because they do need to be warmed up just a little bit, I think, to get them on, which also means you're going to have to warm them up to get them off if you do put them on the doll. You could also do a slit down the back to take these off a little bit easier, but that way you are kind of taking away from the reality of the shoe. But very cool. I do like this shoe. It's very much like a running shoe. Now let's talk about the kind of like negatives and the cost comparisons of these. So for roughly $8, you're getting 2 stickers, a hat, a pair of shoes, and the shoe box. So you're getting, I would say, 5 surprises total. Because you're going to count the box as its own because these boxes are nice and well done. So it's interesting. And that puts it at a little over, well, actually a little under $2 per piece. Now, assuming that we're going to value these stickers at like 25 cents each, we're going to take that off. So you're going to get 3 surprises for about $7.50. So you're looking at, you know, almost $2 a piece. So cost comparison wise, the Real Littles shoes that we got, that were the keychain ones, that are very cute, and they do fit Ken, and they are pretty comparable, and they do have real laces. And they came in a box. These also came as a blind bag. These were, I believe, $5. So, interesting, but we don't get official branding. These are done more as a keychain, and you don't get a hat. So, take it or leave it. We've also got the Tony Hawk skateboard shoes, which these are Hot Wheels. You get the skateboard, then the shoes, and it's not in a blind bag, so you can pick which one you want. And these go for roughly $4. So, not to mention the skateboard is really well done. So, your options when it comes to shoes, as far as competitors, are going to be your Real Littles shoes, your Hot Wheels shoes, and then the mini brand sneakers. So it's interesting. Cost comparison wise, they are probably actually the second best deal. Your best deal is going to be the Hot Wheels sneakers, but those are in a kind of more limited capacity. You're going to wind up with a lot of skateboards if you didn't want them. But the skateboard and the shoes together is less than the price of just the shoes and the box in the Real Littles, which is also less than the than our mini brand sneakers. So we're kind of in a pickle right now when it comes to these. Now these, of course, we're going to count in the fact that these are probably marked up maybe about 30% to account for the licensing fees as far as the branding. So, you know, we're going to take that down to take down the actual value of this ball itself to about probably like $5. So I think overall, these are a really good deal. The problem is going to be you're not getting a wide variety of selections of shoes because really you've got 17 pairs of shoes, and then a lot of hats. So it's interesting, but it is kind of hard to get these shoes to kind of work with you. Now, these Reebok ones that are done more like the basketball Air Jordan style are going to be pretty popular on the resale market. I could see all of the Reeboks going for pretty well. The Skechers and the Airwalks, we'll see. I would have preferred to have gotten the black and white Airwalks compared to the solid white ones, but it is kind of interesting to see which brands they went with and which brands actually allowed them to do it. We will probably see a Series 2 of these with different brands, so it's going to be interesting. But overall, I think these are a really good value for what we get. They are just going to take a little more work if you want to put them on some dolls. And then again, these are just designed to kind of be collectibles. These will go great in your fashion mini closet. As you can see, I've got a lot of things displayed in my closet where I do my filming. So, you know, they are kind of interesting. It does kind of bother me. The negative is that the stickers are counting in your piece count. It would have been kind of interesting if they had just given us the t-shirt stickers instead of the brand stickers, because you're going to wind up with a ton of the exact same brand stickers, which are really only cute the first couple of times you get them, and then you got to start doing like, I don't know, like a graffiti sticker wall with them. But it's very interesting to see the kind of things that they are putting out as far as mini brands, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. But I think the mini brands would do better if they got designer shoes, like high heels, and women's shoes, just because, you know, it would be kind of a fun way to add those in. But that would also kind of take away from the fact that it's going towards reality, because a lot of dolls don't have actual person-sized feet, you know. So overall, I think this did a really good job. I don't think I will pick up any more of these just because, like I said, I'm not very much of a sneaker person. These were the last 4 that they had in the display that I found, and that's why I picked them up. So, what do you guys think? If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you enjoyed it, leave me a like, and as always, follow along for some more fun unboxings. Bye, y'all. Be good.